Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again with an endgame update on the Venom Gyre Replica Eternity Shroud Pathfinder. So it is basically built around physical damage into some extra chaos conversion, and I do still think by the end of the character that probably going replica Alberons and just stacking strength and chaos would be a good chunk better, probably more expensive, probably a bit harder to fully put together, but not by much since we did do all Elder gear. Either way, Venom Gyre actually pretty legit right now. With the way that we had the Pathfinder Poison Prolif, the sustain, the good damage, the clear speed. It was a pretty successful character. Hit 94 in like 24 hours pretty comfortably. Did all my endgame content. The first Deathless Breachlord fight I've done, I think, so far this league. Maven Deathless, Simulacrum Deathless. Some of these really juiced double, triple Beyond maps, and the Prolif just goes to town on those Beyond bosses, because if there's plenty of enemies nearby, like that Abixoth that just spawned already dead, the Prolif ends up shifting towards the big targets, and the bosses die rather nicely. Ultimately, yeah, I do think if you're going to pursue a character like this, you can do it this way, and it will be fine, but it's going to be better as Alberon strength stack. One of the main reasons which is you can use a Dying Sun as one of your flasks and then not have to use GMP ever. So both of my flasks here that I'm currently using are based off of my Fizz damage, the Atziri's and the Sin's Rebirth. If you're doing just flat Chaos stacking, you won't need any sort of additional Fizz as Chaos, and you can afford to use a Dying Sun there, which gives you 2 extra projectiles, which means that you will have 3 projectiles at all times, and it is actually a significant amount of extra damage on boss fights to be using the Whirling Blades from your Venom Gyre. So you stack up your 20 to 30 extra little daggers that you catch well through the boss a couple times, and I do feel as though it's an increase in damage and sort of burst poison potential. It's really kind of hard to tell, but I don't think my damage is much worse on single target when using GMP compared to using Awakened Vicious Projectiles, even though in theory that's way more damage. It's an extra 50% more, but it doesn't feel much more because with GMP I'm catching a lot more of my daggers and then able to whirl a few more times. So I think that the Venom Gyre mechanic actually is somewhat relevant in this case, and if we were just using replica Alberons, you'd stack a lot of flat chaos, you'd wear a Dying Sun full time, and then you'd happily be whirling through enemies a lot, as well as doing your maximum single target at all times. On top of that, you'd probably have about 7,000 life and stack a bit more life gain on hit with Feast of Flesh, I imagine, and just a bit of a thicker character overall. It's just kind of hard to tell because replica Alberons are pretty expensive. They are somewhat nerfed, but I think it's still better, and the passive tree is just going to be a little bit different since you'll have to build into much more strength, and you can kind of take inspiration from other people or my current Wander assassin based poison Wander using the strength stack just to see how we stack strength. But overall, I will just say I'm very pleased with how Venom Gyre performed. You could 1-for-1 put it in with Cobra Lash if you really just prefer Cobra Lash. It's going to be similar sort of damage. The only real difference is you won't have any additional burst throughout the Whirling Blades. And I think the Whirling Blades and the chain on the Venom Gyre really did come in a little bit clutch during large map clear. So whenever we're doing really thick maps, Double Beyond, that sort of stuff, you're whirling blading, you're shooting out all these blades, and you are occasionally getting a lot of extra profit from that. You can see all those fights in the background went pretty well. This is the one fight out of everything that I did that didn't go particularly well, and it is the Uber, like everything at once, and it was going kind of okay. There is a fair amount of ramp involved in my build. Having your Wither Totem down is pretty beneficial. Really hard to have that down throughout this fight, but there is some ramp involved, so it's nothing instant on damage wise. Since we are Pathfinder, we have lots of flasks over and over again. The problem is that it's a little bit RNG based in the end if you're not killing things instantly, and in you know, the end eventually. I did have Chiula up, and I had like 3 Chiulas at once, and that's really hard to manage with when I'm not capped on Chaos Res. I've got like, I don't know, 20 Chaos Res positive or something with the flask up. So getting hit by all of this and having to dodge all of this and then eventually getting hit by stuff, it's just messy, and I wasn't getting much DPS in. Ultimately, did manage to get the kill, but I had to die 2 or 3 times to just kind of resetting the arena. Not quite resetting the arena, but my positioning, my flasks, and maybe some of the split dudes. But when Sheila got split like that, and then Elder got split, it becomes pretty messy, and it was tough to get through. Maven, however, was a nice, clean, deathless affair. So was the Breachlord fight, which, as I said, I think that's the first time I've ever done that without dying. So I've got that lined up for you guys, and you can see what that looks like if you get, once again, a little bit lucky. If you kill the right dude at the right time, the right ones get doubled and everything goes kind of alright, then I think it's not too bad a fight. But it can definitely go a different way, just based off of the RNG of the fight. And then Maven, I think at this point I'm good enough to do the fight on most characters, I would imagine. Still need a bit of DPS, and then it's just about executing the phases. So here's the fights. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
Flesh is so fallible.
Oh fuck, it's Ash over here. Okay, that's fine. Double Ash, that's not very good. Sure would be nice to kill Ash before another spawn.
None resist my entropy. Twin terrors. Life is so brittle. None resist my entropy.
Holy fuck. That was easily the cleanest I've ever done that fight.
Gather more combatants.
I mean, that was definitely just straight up the cleanest because I managed to, like, get 2 of them super low to begin with. And then actually managed to kill one before the next one came out, which is just hugely beneficial. Could be a brick.
Prize piece comes to join.
Let's see if I can remember all the mechanics this time around.
A cascade of
Okay, so far so good.
stand still.
I also don't take increased early damage compared to the last time, right? Which is nice.
Stand still. Ah.
Pain will be returned tenfold. Behold,
Shit, I did say it.
I will have what I want. It will not be an escape.
Okay. Does that ever go away? Or is that just a permanent boss mechanic now?
A cascade of pain. Stand still.
That's pretty rude.
Real.
A cascade of pain.
That's in the arena permanently. That's so silly.
Why?
Wait, how did that pop there? When did that happen? I don't fucking remember that.
My irritation. Stand still.
Didn't want to pop any flasks or anything because I figured that was about to happen, yeah.
Scurry, scurry. A cascade of pain. Stand still.
Death made real.
A cascade
Totem's
of
just
pain.
insta-die there.
Stand still.
Man, there's a little clench.
Punishment inescapable.
Is it that guy again? It is. We just scuffed the arena up a bit more. Oh my god, he's scuffing the arena up badly.
Arrogant toy. Scurry, scurry. A cascade of pain. Take this.
Fucking running away so much, dude.
Stand still.
I'm not up to that just yet.
A cascade of pain.
Man, that's not very thick deeps at this point, eh? I do need to be able to well for the deeps.
A cascade of pain.
And I'm just not getting to do that very often. Because I'm afraid of beams and shit.
Death will not be an escape.
It's rough. Venom Gyre for this situation. I don't think I can remember what just happened.
Stand still.
No, I got hit.
Stand still. Take this. Stand still.
Caretaker, to me.
Alright, that was pretty solid. Deeps got fairly slow on the last wave, the last phase, but I think, yeah, actually being able to whirl does a decent chunk of deeps.
And I shall do this again soon.
Pathfinder carry though.
Children are capricious, Nomad. Be warned.
Just chugging them
The memory of your
flasks.
sting will fade soon enough, and so too will her.
That was actually pretty good. That felt nice.